Hello folks, I thought we could just go for a walk together on this lovely sunny day. So I've been thinking quite deeply recently about our future here. We've got some brilliant plans in my opinion, really struggling to find the finance for those plans, which is a shame because we really want to get on with it. We're full of passion and enthusiasm, and quite frankly we've been on this journey now to build what we've got here for the last at least 10 years. We started in a static caravan in a pony paddock. We had a baby in there for 3 years, which were some cold winters. But over the last 10 years, we've put in every single penny and every ounce of energy that we have to build not only this business, but we've built two other businesses as well in the lawn care sector. And we've also raised two beautiful children, so we've certainly had a lot on our plate. What we are aiming for is to build a small farm, I guess. Small holdings more appropriate in name. We own about 3 acres here. We've got a little house and a few sheds. Very luckily we managed to run another 16, 17 or so acres on the back end, which we rent. It's still not a big enough spot to traditionally farm arable or cattle or anything like that really. We can't house the numbers that it would take to make that a viable business model, so I guess to some we are classed as hobby farmers, which is fine. I haven't got any more land, so whatever name you want to put to it, that's great. We call ourselves Applecross Farm, and over the last 10 years of what we have managed to build, which has been a lovely house, and I'd say a couple of sheds and stuff, a couple of polytunnels, garden office, and sort of a barbecue area up the top. As well as all that, we've managed to plant around 30,000 trees by hand. A lot of in hedgerows. You can block the sun out. You can see some of the hedgerows behind us. Being just a field, we weren't really surrounded by anything, and we are on the side of a hill in Cheshire. You can see the view behind me, so we get a lot of winds and stuff, so we wanted to get some trees in the ground. Behind me here we planted around 500 eucalyptus trees, which are now about 12 to 15 foot. The ones that grew really well up here in the dry area. The ones on this side didn't grow so well because it was quite wet, and we planted them for a sustainable rotational wood production system, so we're never without wood for heating, not for cooking really, but maybe we have an Aga in the future, we can fuel it with eucalyptus wood, which is one of the faster growing hardwoods, and we can cook on the Aga. So after 10 years of ploughing everything into this place, we're now at the point where we want to leave our other businesses behind and move on. Our opinion has changed a little on the use of chemicals. Well, it's changed quite a lot. We certainly don't use any chemicals in the food that we produce, and we're quite against it, so we thought it was a little hypocritical to build an organic farm on the back end of an agrochemical system. So we're wanting to steadily say goodbye to the lawn care industry and move into sort of clean organic farming. That's our mission. We've got a couple of ideas in terms of what food we're going to produce. So we've got quite a hefty market garden that we've doubled in size every year for the last 10 years. We started with a little planter box for Ozzy, our son, who showed an interest in growing some food, and we said to ourselves we'd double that every year, and we have. So now we're growing quite a considerable space of fruit and veg, which has been great. It saved us a load of money on our food bills, and we're now at the point where we can supply friends and family. with clean organic food, and as of next year we want to sort of step it up a little bit to vegetable and meat boxes. We haven't currently yet got the infrastructure in, fencing and equipment to have cows. We've had sheep, we have chickens, and we have bees, but they're the only creatures that we're currently farming. So we looked at the model for beef and sheep and the likes and thought, well, that's too much to put in for the numbers that we can manage. So we thought, well, all these fields that surround us, people have sheep in those, and just in the forest the other side of this hill, we've got some friends over there that raise a couple of different types of cows. So we thought, well, it would probably be better if we could tell their stories and use their produce to get going and be able to give them not only a better price for their meat, but for us to be able to supply local people with really good local top quality produce. So we're working on that idea, but again there's probably not enough money in that to become a viable business, so we're looking at other things too. As you can tell, we're in an absolute beautiful space here in Cheshire on the hill, so we wanted to do farm stays, and that's quite a good growing industry. So we've had that on our mind for a good while, and we already have a garden office which we'd like to convert, and we got some permission to put some more of that infrastructure in, but we want to base that not only on just a farm stay, but a bit of a mental health and well-being retreat. I'm quite into saunaing, and I don't mind the occasional cold plunge, so we've got a couple of ponds around the area that we're going to turn into natural pools and offer saunas next to those natural pools, and have a couple of places to stay that are very simplistic in design, quite a farm feel, country sort of aesthetic, with the intention to sort of turn your devices off and just come and be in nature for a little bit, jump in the sauna, have a cold swim, eat some good food. So we thought that'll certainly help pay the bills. What else we'd like to do is we found a bit of a passion in our barbecuing, so we've started to create, between me and a few friends, a range of barbecue equipment built by farmers and built to last. So fire pits, grills, smokers, prep tables and grills, along with some burger presses and bottle openers and a little bit of merch. Got one of my hats on. So we'd really like to tap into that industry as well, and the idea between all these ideas is that they all kind of fit into each other. So any meat we can't sell or don't get the numbers to sell through, say, the Meat Veg Box, can be used in the barbecue system. People coming to stay not only can be, enjoy the freedom and peace of being in nature, but can boost their health and wellness, not only physically but also through food. The garden systems and the market garden veg box and meat boxes, it tells and boosts local farmers' stories and champions their local produce to people, say, in the villages that didn't otherwise know about them, and it makes our food bills a lot cheaper to grow it ourselves, so that saves us quite a lot of money. So between all those businesses and potentially having a little shop in there somewhere, even if it's just an online one to the local village, we thought that'd be quite a nice lifestyle. It's kind of doing everything we enjoy doing. We've got the space for that stuff. It helps others out, it builds community, it's kind to nature, and I think that's what we've decided that we're going to focus on. We just need the funding for getting some of that infrastructure in place, which ain't cheap, and because it's kind of out of farming models, the financing companies kind of don't see it as farm related, so it looks like we're going to have to sort of figure out another way to finance that. We were thinking about stuff like GoFundMe, but same as anyone, I'm uneasy in the idea of taking money off people and not having anything of value to give them back straight away. So I think we might try and build up a bit of an audience first, hence why we started social media, which was to build up an audience so that when we're ready to sell stuff, there's a few people already there that know what we're up to. So that's an insight into my brain today. We've got a lot going on. If anyone could come up with some alternative methods of funding said activities, I'm all ears. We've currently started selling our personal assets to try and fund that without going for any desperate loans with high interest, because that'll probably kill the business ideas before they've even got off the ground. But we're getting there. It's not a negative, it's certainly a positive, but with the current economic climate, it's kind of put a little bit of shroud of despair, I think Clarkson said. And it certainly feels a little bit that way some days, where you really want to get on with stuff, but everywhere you turn, whatever it is that you want to get on with costs quite a lot of money to proceed. So if you like the content of this video and you'd like to see us turn this 3 acres into what I've just described, please hit the like and subscribe button. That'll really help us out, and I'm going to try and move away from socials a little bit and move on to YouTube, just because all the effort and energy that we put into these videos certainly takes up a heck of a lot of time, and I've been doing it on Instagram and stuff for a few years now, and there's been no revenue at all generated from that, apart from maybe passive revenue for courses and classes we've held, so it might be a little unfair of me to say. We're very grateful for everyone's kind words and support of coming to our events. They've been really good fun, but again, taken a lot of energy from us, and we need to now get the infrastructure in place so that we can continue paying the bills. It's either that or won't even think about the consequence of it not working just yet, because we're focused on it working. So thank you very much. See you on the next video.